mark and the candy canes, you know, there are no accidents. This is like, you know, rubbed in your face for people to call it, you know, you're Satan. It's as within, so without. As above, so below. It's just like they show you Jesus with the 2 fingers up and the 2 fingers down. It's 2 fingers up, 2 fingers down. So, you know, people love to say, you're going to burn in hell. This is, you know, that's Helios above your head. How people don't see they have a double helix. They say, hello, how's your health? Help. They can't see that they're legally dead. They'll never get it. If they stumble across us now, it might take them 2 years for it to really sink in that soul print was taken from them at birth because they gave up their land, they gave up their inheritance. So when I project outwardly to the world, you know, this is my universe. You're all legally dead. I'm Satan. You know, everything's by the book. People say, do I take the Bible seriously? All your leaders are swearing on this fucking book. It's you're made to swear in this book. I don't care what country you're in. Even if you pick up a Quran, it's still they're waiting for the Antichrist. They're not waiting for Jesus. The Jews aren't waiting for Jesus. They're waiting for the Antichrist, right? The Christians and Catholics, they don't know it yet, but they're waiting for the Antichrist too. For me to stand here as this individual on blood like this with other people, you know, publicly is unheard of. You know, you hear like a secret society. You know, you can't buy into this. I don't want any worship. You know, you can't buy it. I don't want your worship. I don't want any advice. I mean, for heaven's sake, when I say this stuff, it's because if I don't literally break down every freaking symbol and show you, literally, that you're in the box right now, and the Christmas tree that you're setting up, that's already set up in most people's homes right now, was telling you a story. That, you know, the sun above your head is conscious. People will never get this. If people really want to get real knowledge, they got to connect with this source type shit. So when I say this is the collective consciousness of the whole, it's okay to look at it, you know, say for 10 seconds and just speak your intent. I never change my fucking intent. This is, you know, I see people make sheets of intent. And I see people say the craziest shit, like, you know. I mean, stuff that it's no longer selfless anymore. Like when I ended up before heaven and earth, release everybody from bondage, get every passage into the garden of Eden, forgiveness for their filthy souls. This is selfless, you know, no soul left behind type of shit. The minute people start attaching pages and pages of shit, it's no longer about everybody else. It's about something about you. Like, you know, I don't ever put down, I want wealth, a better job, fortune, anything. It's not, what people don't understand is that this mythical Akashic record, you create an elemental spirit with your blood. It's the life of the flesh is in the blood. You write something down, I ended up before heaven and earth, releases over my, you put your blood on it, publish it to the internet, the ether net. You got earth, air, fire, water, ether, the fifth element. This mixed with your blood, people, you know,
this is alchemy.
You go from lead to platinum to gold to like the devil himself, you know. You know, I know people laugh sometimes. This flat earther thinks he's the devil. It's not up for debate. I made my royal proclamations on British flat earth like 2 years ago, and it's gone uncontested. And unless people have some sort of, you know, proof that they've given up some sort of life or spiritual currency, you know, like when I spilled my blood over like that mythical box that holds everybody's souls, and you see I'm painting the skeleton red with my blood, you know. How much blood do you think you'd have to prick up to make 1 pint that you donated? Like, you go to the blood bank and you donate this type of shit. Not to get far off from the flat earth, but when you connect with the Ethernet on this type of level with your blood, it's like that thing like Neo, where he's waking up and he's like, "Rah!" and everything's going in reverse, and he's splashing to the water, and you never see it for the first time. He finally gets a chance to see. Before I did this, the Earth was spinning, and I was on a ball floating through space as a monkey. And then shortly after I put up my blood at the end, everything stopped. I mean, I came to my senses motherfucking quick. You can see, like all my old videos, where, with the symbols and shit. So when you talk about flat Earth, this is no accident. The exclamation point, the I, all these symbols, the candy cane. It's not what religion you think you are. Until you get your eternal life, you're a filthy cockroach. Come on, you got to get here at some point. I know people, why don't you go now? Why don't you go there? Look, I'm going to live. It's that when I say you need 144,000, it is what it is, by the book. Just like when I say every leader swears in the Bible, everything's by a book.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, there's no way to fuck it up. People don't know whether to make me out to be religious or something like this because I'm standing on the Bible. Look, you may think you're an atheist or whatever it is you think you are. The leaders that are taking your blood, sweat, and tears equity, when you pay your taxes, you want your tax return and all that shit, you're taxed nonstop. These leaders all swear in on the motherfucking Bible. I don't care if you go to England. You'll swear in allegiance to the Queen, and the Queen will be holding up that Bible like a King James Bible, where, sometimes I don't see how people don't get this whole basis of reality. This, the black hole sun thing, where you throw the coin in the wishing well, you blow in the dice, you blow out the candle, you bow your head in prayer. All the signs have been telling you the same shit over and over and over. Like the sun above your head is making your flesh, your bones, and your blood. And now that you're here, it's the black sun that's bringing everything into fruition. This aurora borealis, infinite potential. This is the infinite loop. So to think that you're not in a computer simulation, it's like the biophotons of your mother and the biophotons of your father come together. That's what they're called, biophotons. Okay? They come together to trap your soul here on the gridiron. So when I think, like somebody dies outside the Matrix, and now their soul is captured and uploaded, just like in the Ghostbusters box, they take you back to a motherfucking station, and you're uploaded in the box is scrubbed, and now you're birthed into this world through the ash-trailing jet, which is the Matrix code that hits the dome and trickles down you. So you come out of your mother's womb, and you have birthrights. This is your universe. To think you have to pay for something is ridiculous. To think that there's areas where people starving, but there's all these streets that are not remotely lined with fruit-bearing trees. And even if you say, well, it's Detroit and it's cold, there could be greenhouses all over the fucking place and parks where people, it's people won't get it. It's their birthright to get to the fountain of youth. To think that the resources aren't already there, it's like Optimus Prime 100. Optimus made the video about the big cruise ship. There's 1,000 fucking cruise ships out there. They should all. I mean, think about it. I don't care how much billions of dollars you think you have. You're the owner of this company, that company, that you think you're Bill Gates, Virgin Airlines, head of the CIA, president of the United. Who do you ain't going anywhere. Look it up. There's a book written about this shit. President Trump's grandfather or great-grandfather, The Marvelous Adventures to the Vortex at the center of the flat. It's a vortex. We're going to, like Doctor Who, we're going to dive into a motherfucking black hole, pop out the other side. It's the Bible, the two bowls, the paradox, the paradox. The grass is always greener on the other side. You're in your second estate right now. Your first estate is the Garden of Eden. You need it. They say 7 generations removed from the inbreeding royal class. So People say, I got royalty and royalty, it's in my DNA, like that song. You know, people don't, the fact that people throw around the word royalty like they do, it's kind of funny. And I'm going to tell you, as the devil himself, I'm not a god. I decapitate gods. I don't accept worship. Gods want your worship. Your worship can't afford you any favor with me. If you think you have some sort of wealth or something, that's kind of fun. You know? Your wealth is useless to you. It's not about wealth. If you had, you know, so much mythical power, you know, I see, like, people, they want to do telekinetics, telekinesis, they want to do shit like this, and it's just like the airbender shit, you know, it's just like Thor and Superman and all these other guys that are supposed to, you know, super soldiers, whatever. It doesn't matter what you hold yourself, you're fucking retarded. You couldn't see the fountain of youth until you stepped up and showed you and told you, this is a book of life. This is why we could see it, because I put up blood, open up this book of life, you know, and I throw around this angel of death type shit. It's not an accident. Quasi-Loomis, Samael is out. What the fucking chance that Samael turns out to be Satan and the angel of death? Yeah. What the fuck is the chance of that? It's no chance. It's like it's woven into every freaking reversal that I do. You know, I seen some people fighting over some comments. Yeah. He doesn't want your worship. But then somebody else says, well, worship is we wish you well. I worship you, we wish you well. Don't misinterpret it. Me as the devil, the way I view it is thrown out of heaven for not bowing down before man. Yeah. God's image. It was created in God's image. So, like I said, in my kingdom, I could never possibly wear a crown. You can't possibly bow down to me. That'd be like you asking me to decapitate you, you know, because if there's a king in anywhere in this fucking flat earth plane or universe after, you know, this takes place, you'll see that these kings and queens, you see like when they get married and they have the royal this and they're in a fucking carriage and it's just, if they have all these knights orders in this order, all those orders are fucking retarded. You're telling me not one of these motherfuckers could put all these symbols together, and if they were smart enough, and even though you say they're part of some secret order, like they're the Illuminati or something like this, this is funny. What is wealth, power, you know, this type of thing? You needed forgiveness for your filthy soul, passage into the Garden of Eden, eternal life, the power to free everybody you worship or hold dear from bondage. That other shit that people hold on to, it's like crazy. You can't be a spiritual individual if all you're out to do is make money and shit like that. But like you posted this video, you see Ariana Grande with the galaxy around her hip, and you say, you're inside of Saturn right now. I'll remind you often. There's no way to fuck it up. Saturn is like a computer that you're inside of. It's like a liquid-cooled Xbox. You're a phantom. If you had a real body to go back to, you know, that would be like a real physical body. Right now, here, they'll tell you over and over and over again, this is a simulation. It's a flat earth hologram. There's literally no way to fuck it up. I mean, literally, when they put the discs on your tongue at church, for you not to see that it's a sun disk because it's a hole. It's one side of a light hole. It's a black hole loop. So when you see these other models with like 4 suns and other lands beyond this type of shit, you're missing the underlying feature of reality, that you're in the fucking holodeck. That it's like you plug in that plug into the wall, you have the positive and the negative, or you have the ground. It's light hole, black hole, and it's on loop, and you see the sun and moon spinning around the moon. You can see the lunar wave. It's just like a hologram. So, everything is fake. I don't think anybody has seen anything real in their whole fucking life. Can you think of one thing anybody's seen real? Your space shit is fake. Your vaccines are fake. Your schools, your colleges take your intuition, and you come out, you know, retarded and indoctrinated. You know, You get your angle and degree of stupidity, showing how far you're willing to bend over to take it up the ass to climb the shit chutes and ladders. To think that somebody makes more money than somebody else, whatever the richest, most greatest thing you could, luxury you could picture, that should be for everybody. I mean, and for you to call yourself a leader and live in a big house when there's somebody sleeping in the street, unless that person wants to sleep in the street on purpose, it doesn't make any sense that there's a billionaire out there. He's got billions upon billions and trillions of dollars. I mean, all this wealth that you're hoarding, it can't buy you passage into the garden of eternal life. It can't buy you favor with me. And it's eventually it'll set in. If you look it up deep enough in the books, you'll see he who holds the spear is going to enter across the gate first. You know, it is what it is. I have to be willing to sacrifice myself, you know, first. You know, to think you would step across that, you're going to hear real thrashing, it's going to be noisy, and people are going to die because of their blood thick pure. You don't make it. You don't make it there. If people would have came back already and taken over the universe, you can't go there, get all this mythical power, and then not come back here and be selfless with it. You can't just hoard it for yourself. Mm-hmm. That's the Garden of Eden. You kicked out. You can go back for 7 generations because you're all a bunch of inbreeding, retarded monkeys that think they're on a ball floating through space in accident. They can't even see they're living. You're going to tell me I'm going to run now? You're going to burn in the lake of fire? I'm going to get to the lake of fire before I'm dead and set my motherfucking self ablaze. And I don't need anybody's help. Yeah, what I'm saying, you can say, you're going to burn in hell, you know, like you're casting a spell on me. This is like, I love when people say this shit. This is like the funniest thing. You're legally dead. You're lost at sea. You have no right to any land. Yeah. You're in a foreign country right now. The Gold Fringe tells you. You wouldn't know what to say to a judge or a police officer or any type of agency. I mean, if somebody knocks on your door, I mean, you're telling me that you recruit only the most talented and smartest people is who you recruit for, like, these positions. The NSA, the CIA, whatever it is you say. But I see the military commercials with the space. Clearly, there's a dome up there for people to even be in the military. And I'm going to be an astronaut in a space. No, there's no intelligence out there. No, I don't see how. Do you see any intelligence at all?
No, and just like when people try to argue with me about the flat Earth, it's like it doesn't really even. It's not worth it because, like, if they can't do the simple math to prove it themselves,
here's the math. The math is the why. Like I published a video. Why would they hide flat Earth from you? Because there's a fountain of youth, the Holy Grail, and until you get there, you're going to expire just like your great-grandfather, and everybody else in your family fucking tree, and you'll never be able to see that there's something bigger and better, which is that this place was created. You have a birthright to get to this land of milk and honey. You know, when people...
It's like we're the only ones talking about it.
Listen, our Creator has taken names. It's a book of life with 144,000 names. When I say you guys need to fill up that book, you know, it is what it is. It's by the book. To think that you would think I was crazy, that's kind of fun. I mean, think about where you were a year or 2 years ago before you even started watching my video. There was no connection to a Creator, reality that you couldn't put a finger on the simulation, the one electron balanced by a positron. Time going in one direction, time going the other direction. When you get to the center of the flat Earth plane, you pass through that hole, you don't get old anymore. You stop aging. You bathe in this bloody fucking red water. It's, you know, it's right over there, and it's going to happen. It's going to happen by a book. You know, I mean, it's clear who is the devil himself. I mean, really, if you can find me one contract with the devil published online, you know, where it's public for all to see, where there's some sort of, you know, this is kind of funny to think that you can sell your soul to a being that already owns your soul because you forfeited it. You gave up the land. You give yourself. You have to show proof of life now. It's called, you know, proof of life. It's that atonement for your filthy soul. People think I'm crazy. I'm a religious freak, or whatever. It's your Creator's law. Ignorance of the law excuses no one, and your Creator's law just happens to be the biggest law of all. So,
Yeah, it's like everywhere. Even a lot of countries are just like, it's like the book is the law.
listen, anytime I feel like I've done something wrong, if I by accident, I'm telling you, I'm the first one to spill up my blood quick as soon as I get home, or as soon as I come to the realization that I might have somehow, you know, triggered something that would affect somebody in the wrong way. I immediately make atonement for it. It's that for the life of the flesh is in the blood, to make an atonement for your filthy soul. How many times a day do people make fucking stupid mistakes? You say stupid shit, you do stupid shit. You fight with people. Like when I say, if my wife raises her voice or something, it's for me to raise my voice back or trigger the next step. Because when one person yells, the next step, this one yells, then it just has to keep going. Someone has to keep control of the reality, and realize, well, this is not going to go anywhere. I mean, I know a lot of people that have relationships after they'll say their wife's a zombie. They won't let me drink her vagina blood or whatever. I understand you going through these types of things. I want my wife made me who I am. I can't say that there's a lot of women out there that would go and do this type of stuff. You might have sex with your girlfriend on the rag, but you might even get your Red Wings. But the idea that you would collect this elixir of immortality and use it to either drink or in a magical way to get the forces of the universe, to imprint something on you. I think we can see that, like, the devil type shit has been imprinted on me pretty well. Can we agree? It's not like something I can escape from.
We're all chosen, but only like some people can really make sense of it. And you're like the first one to actually be selfless about it.
I mean, think about it. You got all these other flat earthers, Mark Sargent, whatever, the Eric Dubays. Where are they talking about all this shit? I mean, Eric Dubay with this, like this other guy, become a living god. Listen, I'm not a god. I only decapitate gods. The idea that you would look, God loves you. God bless you. We shall die. What part of this are you missing? God backwards is die. This idea that you would want to be like a god. This is kind of fun. You have all that fucking power as a god, and I have to fucking do this from the comfort room. Unite everybody to bring forth heaven and earth. Get you to the Garden of Eden. Not create a religion by setting up something where we collect money from people. This is just us standing side by side, blood thick. Somebody would think this was bad. You're supposed to be blood thick with your countrymen and women naturally. You know what I'm saying? This is like, to think you have to lock your door when you leave the house is fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Some of you guys can't even let a UPS package sit out in front of your door for longer than a couple hours. Somebody might snag it or something. What I'm saying, it's not supposed to be this way. People aren't supposed to see something that somebody else has and have to yearn for it. I mean, if you saw a limousine, the idea that there's one limousine, everybody should have a fucking limousine, or something that is equivalent to this type of luxury. Because, if you can make one, why can't you make a billion? What I'm saying is that if you can make one castle, there could be a bunch of castles. If you can make one cruise ship, you could build. And to think that people would have to work more than 1 hour or 2 hours a week or something like this, that doesn't make any sense with all these billions of people out there. And you can be like a senior citizen if you're just flipping a paper for an hour or entering something or whatever, just educating a fucking young pup. What I'm saying is that everybody should have unlimited resources. It doesn't matter.
It's like they're already there. Just that I mean, it kind of seems like people are hoarding gold and all this like stuff that, and then just giving everybody else um, bullshit. Like it's not even real money.
How much do you think wealth does the Vatican hold? You know, they have the secret vaults of the Vatican where they have untold. Like when you think of Scrooge McDuck from like Disney, he's got his big square safe and he's swimming in all these gold coins. You know, it's like a giant place filled with so much treasures that they're priceless. You have all this gold and wealth, but how is it these guys accumulate so much and they can't see this, that they have to use this wealth that they've captured from this somehow and stored away? This, if they can't use that for the benefit of all, just these guys are just like, you see George Bush Sr. die. Listen, you can't get into this place, or you already would have done it. So you think like they're guarding this place? I'll remind you of, you can't guard something you can't see. So if you think they've got bases and all kinds of shit set up around us and all kinds of shit, I assure you, there's the more powerful force that's inside the earth that's got all their shit pointed back at, you know, I mean, I hate to say the bad guys, you know, like the people who are in our military, they're trying to protect us. I mean, I don't know what to say. When you raised your children on Santa Claus, the Tooth Fairy, the Easter Bunny, they're floating in a ball through space as an accident, that they're created from nothing. You take up weapons and you don't even know why you're going to war, but you're just doing it because somebody made it sound good and they got you all fired up. But, you know, what I'm saying is that at this point, it's not, it is that you're in the book of death for a reason, because you people are this filthy. They just don't get it. It's Christmas time right now, and we're all teaching our kids about Santa Claus. And people are not going over why it's a candy cane. That is the immensest blood of the Son being poured into the X marks the spot where the Holy Grail, that cup is. I mean, literally, people, when you go and read like Paradise Found, and you read like Trump's Marvelous Adventures to the Vortex, what that book that was just released out of Congress after 112 years or something like this. This is not an accident. Those books tell you, like, you need a Don specifically to take you. Like,
an extension of the Creator.
Right, an extension of that force. It's because, you know, like you can't be taken into giving this eternal life and then you come back here and squash everybody out. That's not how it works. This is the whole Garden of Eden thing. You know, that shit is fucking real. Mm-hmm. It's like right over there, hidden behind an invisible mirage. What I'm saying to you is, if you think those beings don't have internet access and are watching and keeping track at 144,000, or, you know,
that's what I was about to ask you.
Is the CIA military keeping track of it? That's ridiculous. Why would anybody keep track of us? So we're just publicly standing somewhere that we're in more than ever. We're talking about going to a mythical place that doesn't exist. Let me tell you this. You know, people won't get this concept. If there was somebody who could pass in there first, they would have came back here and done something like either destroyed us all if they were allowed to, you know what I mean? They'd be like drunk with power, or they would have freed everybody else already and realized that everybody's legally dead. But I'm saying, there's nobody out there screaming out the shit that I'm screaming. You're legally dead. You gave up your people. They think I'm crazy. That gold fringe on your flight, just the whole basic stuff about reality. It just goes. It goes unnoticed. It's impossible. It's just too much shit.
Yeah.
To say, look, don't ever call me a Messiah. I am the fucking anti-Messiah, the prophet of death. I'm telling you. Somebody's already explained quasi-luminous backwards is Samael is out. And Samael is the biblical angel of motherfucking death. Satan. This is not a fucking accident. When I say I love you and all this shit comes out, we shall do it. You see all the reversals I do? These are impossible. To have them all stacked up in this type of portfolio, nobody chooses these words. You know, it's like the demon thing. People say in every movie, it's the demon's fault. It's the devil's fault. It's the demon's fault. It's the devil's fault. I assure you, if you look at a demon's sigil and you look at a disc that you place in your tongue at church, you'll see that the blood is over there, the body of it, so that you can write the demon sigil on there. And that blood is just like supposed to be the menstrual blood, like Jesus the Son, Mithra, dripping the menstrual blood into this black hole sun because it's on loop. It has to be on loop because you can't bottle energy up. You're in a contained area where you can't confine energy, so it has to be able to loop. That's why these symbols are rubbing your face. That's why it's 666 or 999. It's like the two-ball cane. When people hear this two-ball cane, listen, I don't beat around the bush. My mother's maiden name is King. My last name is Braun. I mean, for it to be Guardian of the Grail, and my mother's name to be Cain, and we need to be 7 generations removed from this inbreeding royal class that came out of, or was thrown out of Eden. Now here we are. This is like impossible shit. It's not like, it doesn't matter what anybody believes. It was always, what did you intend to do about it? Like I say, go play guinea pig. Run off to the Garden of Eden without your Don, who's telling you, open up the book, need 144,000. If it takes 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, I mean, you waited this long, and now you have the information. You're the sealed elect. You're going to live somehow. Just lay low, stay out of trouble.
Yeah.
Don't try and be a big shot and do. I just want to be a fucking lowly plumber in a work truck. Go into a place. I mean, literally, you can't fuck with me because there's nothing illegal about being a plumber and going to work every day and being a good father and husband. Is there anything illegal about this?
No.
You can't complain. Why is Satan not driving a Rolls Royce, living in a giant house? That ain't the meek, and that meek is what inherits the earth. I don't need a castle. You want your fucking castle? When I come back from this Fountain of View Garden, I assure you, I'll be building motherfucking castles for everybody, and I'll be the last one to sleep in a castle. I'll be sleeping in a motherfucking treehouse, like you see on that Treehouse Masters. Something up in the trees, like Ewoks or something, from like Star Wars.
Yeah,
I think I needed a big castle or something. I mean, it's kind of cool, I guess, but I think most of us are more modern. We'd rather be in like some sort of modern type of thing rather than some old rocky type castle. I mean, I think you have to barricade yourself in to protect you from the people around you because you're a piece of shit. They can't shoot the deer and feed themselves because that's the king's deer. They can't do this. They got to give up 10% of their crops and whatever, everything to you, the landlord, the lord of the land, You respect my authority type shit. This is like, look, a royal proclamation goes out, nobody rises up. It becomes like natural type order type shit. Like when I went on British Flat Earth after party and came out and showed you. I'm saying, you all laugh. I told you all clear. What I was doing was stealing the elemental powers of Satan, the devil.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the blood.
Yeah.
You need to put up that spiritual currency. What I'm saying is, people don't have enough spiritual currency in their veins to overturn this type of shit. You'd have to be like, going back to like when you're 18 and just been donated like nonstop, every freaking 60 days. And it'd be gallons upon gallons of blood and not really realizing what was going on until you take these certificates and then put them up specifically as the Prince of Darkness and in the description, the Antichrist Here's the extension of the grand architect to free everybody from the chains of time and money. This, who says this shit? You know what I mean? You have to come to realization. Your bloody shaman ain't gonna fucking tell. Your president ain't gonna say none of that. Nobody says this shit. Only you'd have to be the devil standing here on blood to say the type of shit I say. Like, it's clear who holds the spear of destiny. It's clear who is the spear of destiny. The angel doesn't get fired, and all this shit. Yeah, I leave for heaven and night shit. This is impossible fucking shit. It goes on and on and on and on. What is the chance of that? Yeah. Everybody around me, they see it. No, everybody leaves me alone. Everyone wants it to just roll forward because it becomes too deep. Or if you think it's all by chance, one or two reversals, like when I say, God loves you, God bless you, I love you. Those three right there should have blown your freaking mind out of the way. That was literally me decapitating your fucking God. Don't you dare say God loves you, I love you, God bless you. We shall die, we shall die, we will die. But you still do it. I guarantee. Every time somebody sneezes, blah, 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 blah. Every time you see somebody that you worship, that you hold dear, I love you, I love you. You still say this shit. I don't say that shit because I know every word I speak is a magic spell. You went to grammar school to learn your Book of the Dead. You're in the land of the dead right now. Everybody around you is legally dead. You think I'm a magician? I'm a sorcerer? You went to grammar school to learn your motherfucking Book of the Dead. Every word you speak is a magic spell. You have your angle and degree of stupidity. Yeah. You're in a foreign land. You have no right to such. What I'm saying to you is you couldn't stump a judge. Even if I showed you how to, you would be scared when the judge flipped out on you, or you wouldn't keep your cool. You wouldn't understand that you're the king of the court, and that is a public motherfucking servant over there. And this is like law of the sea type shit. And, you know, I fly my colors clear because pirates only get away with pirating ships because they fly their Jolly Roger. Their colors clear. I tell you, flat out, who I am, I'm taking over the world. Blah, blah. This is flying your colors clear. It's not illegal. It's like you have to do this. You know, like somebody, they come up, they're the Antichrist. You know, they make funny videos. You know, if I didn't spell it out for you, you'd still be a motherfucking Jesus freak, or a Buddhist, or a Protestant.